Hi all. Welcome to day 24 in our attachment style series that I'm running until the end of the year. And today I want to talk about how fearful avoidant attachers have how they love, basically, the push and pull of their intimacy cycles. So, if you've ever felt like love is both the thing you crave most and also the thing that terrifies you. If you've ever found yourself pulling away from someone right after getting close to them, or chasing connection only to feel trapped once you have it, you might be experiencing the pattern of fearful avoidant attachment. So this is one of the most complex attachment styles and one of the most painful, also one of the hardest to get over. It's going to take some work because it carries two opposite fears at once. So you have the anxious fear of abandonment and the avoidant fear of engulfment, both at the same time. So fearful avoidant attachers don't just fear losing love, they also fear what happens when they find it. So, what are the origins to this? When love and fear collide, basically. So, where does this pattern come from? Well, most fearful avoidant individuals grew up in environments where love and safety weren't consistent, where the people they depended on for comfort were also the ones who sometimes caused the pain or the confusion or the fear. Maybe a caregiver was loving one day and angry or distant the next. Or maybe there was chaos. Often we see um, stories of addiction or conflict or emotional unpredictability in the home with fearful avoidance. So the child's brain learns two contradictory lessons at once, basically. They learn that love is where I feel safe and love is where I get hurt, both at the same time. So that creates a constant inner conflict. The nervous system doesn't know whether to approach or whether to retreat. So it does both. So it does both. And as adults, that child becomes someone who desperately wants closeness but feels unsafe when they get it. They live with an inner dialogue that says, I want you near me, but please don't hurt me. I want you close, but please go away, basically. So, when it comes to the emotional experience in relationships here, being a fearful avoidant in love is like living on a fault line between hope and panic. They feel everything intensely: affection, rejection, fear, excitement, guilt, often all at the same time, all at once. So, when they fall in love, they fall hard, like really hard, and really often very fast. So, they connect deeply, open up quickly, and may even feel like a soulmate like bond early on. But that emotional intensity soon awakens their oldest fears: their partner's closeness. The thing that they've been craving starts to feel overwhelming. The subconscious fear whispers, this is where it starts to go wrong. This is where it starts to go wrong. So they start to pull back just a little bit at first. Maybe they go quiet, or they take longer to respond, or they create some sort of emotional distance. But if they feel the other person getting anxious or demanding, they might suddenly detach altogether. That's it, cut, back, done. So later, when they're alone, the regret kicks in. They think, why did I do that? I didn't want to lose them. So then they reach out again and they reignite the same cycle. That's the push-pull dynamic in action. A nervous system oscillating between longing and fear, basically. So when we're talking about how fearful avoidance show love, fearful avoidants often show love through deep emotional attunement, basically. They're intuitive, they're compassionate, they're highly sensitive to the moods of others. They often become caretakers and fixers or rescuers in relationships, giving to others what they never received themselves consistently, basically. So when they feel safe, Their love is powerful, it is protective, it's passionate, and it's all encompassing. But when they feel unsafe, that same passion can transform into self-sabotage of a level that you have not seen before in action, unless you've seen a fearful avoidant in that moment. So they might withdraw, they might lash out, or they might test the other person's commitment, not because they want to hurt them, that is not the goal here, but because they need to confirm in their mind whether love is still safe. In their mind, all of this reactive behavior is a form of protection. If you're going to leave me or hurt me, I'd rather be the one to pull away first. I'd rather be the one to get in there first. And the heartbreaking irony is that their defenses often recreate the very loss that they were trying to avoid in the first place. So they have this real inner conflict. I don't trust you and I don't trust myself. And at the core of fearful avoidant attachment is a painful paradox, a lack of trust both in others and in themselves or in oneself. I'm not sure which is the better English here. So basically, I don't trust you and I don't trust myself. They don't fully trust others to be consistent, kind, or safe, but they also don't fully trust their own ability to handle intimacy without losing themselves or getting hurt again. So this creates like a looping pattern of self-blame and emotional exhaustion. They might think, why do I keep pushing away the people I love? Or why do I keep falling for people who hurt me? And it can go in either direction, sometimes both, actually. The truth is, though, because, we often talk about how difficult the fearful avoidant attachment style is, how it is the hardest one to manage, how it is the most difficult one to get over. But the truth is, they're not broken. If you are fearful avoidant, you are not broken, you're traumatized. That is different. That is different. You're not broken, you're traumatized. Their nervous system was trained to see love as unpredictable and to prepare for pain, even in moments of tenderness. That's not weakness, that's survival. That's very different. So, learning to feel safe in love, when we're talking about healing fearful avoidant attachment, this begins with understanding that your reactions make sense. You're not overdramatic or impossible or unlovable. You're dysregulated. That's very different. Your body remembers what your mind has forgotten because you were too young to remember it, but your body and your subconscious brain really remembers it. So healing isn't about forcing trust or rushing into vulnerability. You fearful avoidance, you like to do things quickly. Everything has to be rushed, everything has to be forced. It's about rebuilding safety inside yourself first, slowly, calmly. So here's how that starts. Number one, we're going to build a foundation of inner safety. Practice self-soothing before seeking reassurance from outside sources. So when that panic rises, ground yourself. Feel your feet. Slow your breath. Place a hand over your heart and tell yourself, I am safe now. I can handle this feeling. I am not that same damaged child. I'm safe now. I can handle this feeling. So, number two, we're going to learn to stay through discomfort. So, whenever you feel the urge to run, pause. You don't have to stay forever. Just stay long enough to notice that the discomfort won't destroy you. Every time you stay, your nervous system learns that intimacy isn't fatal. That's what it's trying to protect you from. It is not fatal. So, number three, we want to communicate your fears without shame. You can say, when things get close, I sometimes panic. It's not you, it's old stuff from the past. Vulnerability, said calmly, creates connection instead of conflict. So people like to know where they stand. When you're vulnerable, when you're open about it, they are more likely to understand that than they are to push you away or punish you for it. Give it a go. You'll be surprised by how people will respond to you. So, step 4 is to stop choosing chaos as proof of love. That's a big thing with fearful avoidance. For many fearful avoidants, calm feels boring. It feels boring. It feels weird. It feels unusual because chaos is what feels like home to you. But real love feels steady. It's not chaotic. It's not painful. It's calm. It's steady. It's boring. And if you're used to like roller coasters, peace will feel unfamiliar at first. But that's where real healing happens. That's what you have to push through. So, and lastly, number 5 is to reparent your inner child. So the fearful avoidant is often just a little one inside you, waiting for someone to say, it's okay to love and to be loved. You're safe now. So be that voice for yourself. You don't need somebody else to tell you that. Tell yourself that. So, what does secure love look like for a healing fearful avoidant? I think that's important to talk about. So when a fearful avoidant begins to heal, it's incredible to witness. Actually, I love watching people healing. I loved going through the process myself. I love still going through it. I'm not finished completely. I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect, but I like to be on a continuous journey of self improvement and self growth. So, but when you watch a fearful avoidant begin to heal, it really is incredible to witness. Their depth becomes their superpower. They can sense and hold the emotional world of others without absorbing it. They can love deeply, but from stability, not from survival. So they no longer chase connection or run from it. They choose it consciously. They start saying things like, you may hear them say things like, I feel scared right now, but I'm staying. I need some space, but I'll come back to this. That's emotional maturity. That's what secure love is. And the beauty of this transformation is that it doesn't erase their sensitivity. It channels it into compassion and empathy and strength. They finally learn that love doesn't have to hurt to be real. I can have both safety and closeness. I can love and still belong to myself. So, if you recognize yourself in this, if love has ever felt like both a refuge and a battlefield, please know this. Know this. If you know nothing else, know this. You're not too much. You're not too complicated. You're someone who learned to survive love that wasn't safe. But you can rewrite that story. You can rewrite that. Every time you stay when you want to run, or when you soften when you want to shut down, or speak when you want to disappear, you're touching your touching. I mean, you could touch your body all you like, that's up to you. But what I actually meant to say was you're teaching your body that love can feel different now, basically. So the push-pull effect begins to quieten down, and what's left in its space is peace, the kind of love that feels like coming home to yourself. So that's me for today. I'm going to leave it there, and I will see you all tomorrow, where I will probably talk about the secure attachment style a little bit. So, because I've done anxious avoidant and fearful avoidance, so tomorrow I might talk about secure attachment a little bit again. Okay, I will see you then. Take care, all. Bye.